Hey guys, I'm Rural Regigigas, and I am your coach for the Las Vegas Corviknights. We are currently 2-1 and are looking to pick up our third win against our opponent. So let's get into it. He has an Egg Slash, which is a amazing Steel and Ghost type, and can put in a lot of work against your team. Highly anticipate him bringing it. He has Sylveon, a very good fairy type that is known for its hyper voices and its wish support. Espeon, I'm not really anticipating him to bring, but it is a psychic type that can kind of cause a little trouble for our team. But I think some of his other mons are better suited for that. I highly anticipate him to bring the Snorlax. I think it's a very good bulky mon and can do some damage to us. I'm not really anticipating him to bring his Liepard. Wheezing, I highly anticipate him to bring. It's a very bulky poison type and can toxic things and sludge wave stuff and make it overall kind of difficult to take down. Highly anticipating him to bring his Porygon Z. It's just does Porygon things. It can set up and has the Try Attack ability, which can freeze or paralyze or just statuses. So I think that's a very good move and can be used very effectively against our team. And Sandaconda is the last mon I think he's going to bring. It's just, again, very bulky. I don't anticipate him to bring his Rotom Wash because our Gastrodon just kind of sits in front of it and it can't hit us. And Charizard I really don't kind of anticipate him bring. Alright, so we are not bringing our Hatterene just because Aegislash just puts in tons of work against us and we have a very hard matchup against it. Goodra I'm not bringing as well because of his Sylveon. I'm not bringing Vanillux just because I didn't think it had a great matchup, and Sola again because the Aegislash is not great again this week. Alright, so let's get into our first mon. We have Stink Bomb, the Skuntank, rocking his Assault Vest. He's very specially defensive, so that allows us to take hits from the Aegislash and in turn hit him with a Crunch, which will do a lot, and potentially Sucker Punch if we are, depending on what form he's in. I also have the Throat Chop in there for the Sylveon. If he's like scarfed or any choice locked, we can hit him with a Throat Chop, and he will be forced to. He won't be able to hit us at all, and we can turn around and hit him with like a Poison Jab or Sucker Punch, or may have him forced to switch. So that's the idea with our Skuntank. Next we have Gary the Gastrodon. This is a very defensive mon. Helps a lot with his mons. I think this can put a lot of work in against his Wheezing, and it absolutely shuts down his Rotom. His Rotom can't do anything to us, so I think this is really great set, and we have Clear Smog in case any of his team starts setting up. Like I anticipate maybe a Sylveon to set up on us, and that way we hit him hard with a poison type move, and also we stop him from setting up. So that's a good idea, and our Storm Drain ability allows us to just wall Rotom. And next we have Rocky the Terrakion, his Choice Scarf. So this allows us to outspeed the majority of his team. I have Megahorn for the Espeon, just in case, Poison Jab for the Sylveon, and just overall the rest is for Stab, just to like hit hard and make sure just to be as hard hitting as possible. We have Justified just for, that's the only ability he gets, and Adamant just because we didn't really need speed with the Scarf and we wanted to hit as hard as possible. Alright, so now we have Darmanitan with his Sheer Force ability. This mon absolutely destroys his team. He has very hard time switching into it with the Flare Blitz. I think the only mon on his team that can really take it is the Wheezing and the Sandaconda, which if we play around, which we have mons to deal with him, I think this can be really hard for him to take down. And Wheezing is like 2-shot from a Flare Blitz, so if we predict correctly on a switch, we can really like put in a lot of work on him. And then we have Trick to try to cripple some of his mons that really don't want a Scarf and have to be choice locked. So that's the idea with Darmanitan. We have Jolteon. We're rocking the same set we normally bring with his choice specs. Shadow Ball for the Egg Slash just really puts in work, and Hyper Voice is something I think can go really well this week, since it's just overall great coverage. And if like something wants to take a Shadow Ball or Thunderbolt, it really kind of doesn't want to take a Hyper Voice because we do like fairly good damage with it, and then Volt Switch just to be able to kind of get out of there if we want to. And we have finally our Corviknight. So this is a really fun set, which I think potentially if he doesn't have like Haze or anything, or Whirlwind, can like sweep him. We have Bulk Up, U-Turn, Ironhead, and Roost. U-Turn just to kind of get out of there if we things aren't going well, but Bulk Up, Ironhead, he nothing. If we get like, we could basically stand in front of the Aegislash, and he can't do anything to us. And this also, like, we could potentially do the same for Sylveon. If he wants to Mystical Fire us, our Mirror Armor will bounce the special attack drop onto Sylveon, so we can Roost in front of that and just be able to Bulk Up and Roost, and if it stays in, we or forces the switch, we can Bulk Up on that, and then Ironhead just puts in a lot of damage, which is great. And yeah, that is our team. Very much looking forward to the battle, and I will see you guys. Alright, so we brought a pretty similar set team to what I was expecting. Yeah, we're gonna lead our Darmanitan and just go for the Flare Blitz. He's gonna go in his Weezing. This should do about half. It does a little over half, which is great. I'm gonna just stay in and go for another one because there's nothing on his team that really wants to take a Flare Blitz. Snorlax was a good play. He's gonna take a good chunk from that. I'm gonna go into my Terrakion. I don't think he can really hit us. If he has Earthquake, then that's my bad. He does have Earthquake, so I lose Terrakion, which was a big misplay, because Terrakion could do a lot of work when Aegislash isn't there. But I'm going to go straight into my Corviknight, because I can just start bulking up on this thing, and there's nothing really he can do. Aegislash is going to just sit in front of us, but I was anticipating him to be faster than us, but I was mistaken. He's going to go for the Shadow Claw. That really doesn't do too much to us, and I can just continue to bulk up in front of him. And he's going to go to Sandaconda. This thing can't really do too much. He can glare us, but that's going to just prevent us from, like, getting burned, potentially, from anything he has. He doesn't really have anything to burn us, actually. He could have, I think, Weezing gets Will-O-Wisp. But, yeah, he's just going to paralyze us. I'm going to just continue to bulk up in front of him, because if we keep this going, we can potentially sweep him. And he doesn't seem to have a move that can hit us too hard, and without decent, like, without bringing Rotom to use those electric moves on us, he can't really do too much. Like, Shadow Claw is barely doing anything, and I can just continue to bulk up in front of him. And if I attack, he takes a lot of damage. He's gonna King Shield here. I'm gonna predict that and bulk up, just to try to get up as high as possible. He's going to attack again because he really doesn't have a choice. If he switches, and I attack, he really is in trouble. Alright, so I am going to bulk up again here, even though I'm at max, just in case he King Shield, which he does. So, unfortunately, I get paralyzed, which doesn't really matter, because I was going to bulk up. So I didn't get the attack drop, which King's Shield does if you make contact. And I'm going to go for the Iron Head here. I do a tremendous amount of damage to him, so I kind of anticipate him to King's Shield, so I bulked up, but unfortunately he did not. I'm going to not take the chance again and just Iron Head on potentially whatever he wants to go for. Unfortunately, the paralysis is going to make us slow, which is kind of the downside of this. I kill his Aegislash, which is great, puts us in a good position. And if he doesn't have anything, we kind of sweep him. So he's going into Weezing. Unfortunately, he has the Haze, which really sucks. But and I get paralyzed, so I'm not able to do any damage to him. But I'm gonna just stay in and keep Iron Heading. His Flamethrower doesn't do a ton to us, and we can keep doing damage to him. I'm gonna stay in and go for that. He anticipates me a switch and goes for Sludge Bomb. He doesn't do too much. I think either this turn or the next turn, I'm going to go into Gastrodon. I think I can take one more Flamethrower. Yeah, so that crit really mattered because I would have been able to do a lot more. Instead, I'm going to go into Gastrodon, anticipating his Flamethrower, because that won't do too much, and we can turn around and hit him with a Scald, or I think Scald's probably our best bet. So yeah, Flamethrower does nothing to us, and we can just go straight for the Scald. His probably best response is either the Sylveon. I don't think that was the best move, but yeah, I don't know. So he goes into Sylveon. I'm going to just stay in. He's going to go for the Wish. I'm going to just Earthquake it because that's my best way to hit it. I'm going to continue to Earthquake just because I think that's the best move I could do. I mean, but potentially the burn for Scald. He unfortunately gets the Wish to Snorlax, which is not the best. I'm going to Earthquake here on the Sylveon. I'm going to continue to Earthquake because I believe I knock him out if I do. Unfortunately, he protects, which sucks. So he gets a little bit more leftovers. I'm going to Earthquake, anticipating just trying to hit as hard as I can. I am going to just stay in because Gastrodon's putting in a lot of work right now, and his Earthquake's not doing a ton to us. I'm going to just keep hitting him as hard as possible, and hopefully he predicts me to do the Earthquake and it goes into his Wheezing. I'm going to go just straight for the Scald here, which is alright. We do a pretty good chunk to Porygon, which is good, and I'm going to go into my Corviknight because I want to potentially get another one of my hard-hitting mons. Unfortunately, I live, which is not great. I can try to just take the L, and I'm going to go straight into Darmanitan because, again, nothing he wants to take this hit, and he's going to go in his Wheezing. That means I kill his Wheezing, which is great. I'm going to just, depending on what he wants to go for. Alright, so he's going to go over Sandaconda. I'm going to go just straight into Gastrodon, who should be able to take a hit. Yeah, I can take a hit. I'm going to go for the Recover and get back some of the health so we can take some more hits and keep Gastrodon pretty healthy. Alright, so he's going to go for the Tri-Attack. I unfortunately get paralyzed, which does not bode too well. My Earthquake does do a ton to him, though. So I'm going to stay in and take the hit, and I can just go straight back out into my Darmanitan, which is really good. Alright, so we pick up his Porygon Z, which is great. That's a big offensive threat down. We are going to switch into our Skuntank, who is going to die, just so we get a little bit more pressure. And we are going to go straight into our Jolteon. We're going to hit him with a Hyper Voice, which is our best play. He switches out to Snorlax, which is alright. I'm going to just keep going for the Hyper Voice. I'm choice locked, but I'm going to just do tremendous amounts of damage to him. And weakening his Pokemon is great. He's anticipating me to switch, but I can't. So I'm going to just keep going for the Hyper Voice. I do 50% to him. So if he wants to keep doing this, I can potentially finish him off with my Scarf Darmanitan. He keeps switching, which is not his best move, because my Hyper Voice is doing a chunk. It's not doing as much to Sylveon as it should. He's going to Wish to his Sandaconda. I'm going to just keep Hyper Voicing on the switch, and I should potentially be able to pick up this KO because it's a roll. I did get the roll, so his Wish was wasted, and Flash should be able to pick up the with another Hyper Voice. Alright, cool. So we are currently 3-1 and are looking good. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.